Okay, so Dragon Ball Super's ended. Not happy about that one. Not sad either, but I'll get into that. I'll get into that. But before I go ahead, spoiler warnings. You have been warned. I'm talking about the ending of the fucking show. You have been warned. I'd like to preface this video by saying that I don't really consider myself a Dragon Ball fan anymore. I think it was more of just nostalgia that was keeping me attached to the show. I'm more of a fan of the potential that the series had as a whole. For a franchise that's over 20 years old, I personally would have liked them to explore different aspects about the world that they've created. There are different races, different universes, different galaxies, and different backstories that could be explored to make an amazing series. The potential is there. For the amount of world building that Dragon Ball Super has done over the years, there's so much potential to make an amazing series, but for me, that's not the case. And the reason I'm bringing this up because the ending of Dragon Ball Super is a prime example of how to squander said potential. For those who haven't watched the show, and specifically the final arc, let me just run down the premise. The premise is that there's a multi-universal tournament, and each universe is supposed to bring a set number of fighters to fight in said tournament. The winner gets to make a super ultra mega wish, and all the fuckers that get eliminated, their universes are erased. In writing, this sounds amazing. This story on paper paves the way for character depth, development, the realization of one's own mortality, because once your universe is erased, it's erased, that's that. There will be no Dragon Balls to bring your homies back to life, because you along with your homies are gone. Just for an example, you could have explored how people feel about erasing other people's universes, not just them, not just the fighters they're fighting, their universes, because there are billions upon billions of people who have absolutely fuck all to do with this tournament, who are oblivious to the fact that their universe, the fate of their universe is being fought over by these clowns, these buffoons. This initial idea interested me because for once in the Dragon Ball franchise, there could have been a chance for consequences to take place, for consequences to matter, but consequences never took place. Surprise, surprise, through all the fighting and dying, and I say dying because there are some characters who legit should be dead, or I do not know how they managed to end up in the final fight. Goku's team wins, and they wish all the other universes back to life. I mean, everyone knew this was gonna happen. I mean, come on, it's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball. You knew they were going to wish everyone back to life. The part that mugs me off the most about this arc is that you have Zeno-sama saying that he knew the outcome of the tournament. He knew every single little detail that was going to happen, and that if the winner of the tournament, the last person standing, made a selfish wish, their universe would also be erased. So I'm sitting here thinking, what the actual fuck? This tournament was useless. There was no point to this tournament. It was rendered useless by the fact that the stakes were superficial. There were no consequences to losing this tournament at all. Losing meant nothing. If anything, it just meant that you didn't exist for like 10 or 20 minutes, which is pretty inconvenient. But why write like this? 20 plus years of mediocrity could have been undone, but yet the writers follow the same old story of the Z fighters win, maybe one person dies, but the good guys are always resurrected. For me, I think the ending of the show, or this arc, would have been much better if it was just a normal tournament, just a tournament to end all tournaments, because that's what the basis of the Dragon Ball franchise is based on. It's based on fighting, it's based on martial arts. You could have done something different to the whole, if you don't do this, X is destroyed, or X will destroy your planet or your people or whatever. Just get rid of the whole impending doom trope that this series has already been using, and do something different to make people care about the show again. Because for me, I don't care that the universes would have been destroyed. Fuck, I would have wanted Jiren to win. I really wanted Jiren to win. Not just because I'm spiteful that Goku always wins, but it would be different. It would be like, okay, cool. You're not afraid to let Goku and the Z fighters lose. You want people to care about the show again. Because let's face it, everyone in the Dragon Ball universe to a certain extent loves to fight. Like, that's just who they are. They would have willingly entered a tournament if they just found out, hey, we're hosting a tournament with not only your universe's strongest fighter, but with every other universe's strongest fighter. Are you in? They would say yes, and the prize wouldn't even matter. It can just be like a MacGuffin, like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. Like, it doesn't really, yes, it's integral to the plot, but like not really, because they're fighters. That's who they are. They would have just wanted to fight regardless of the prize money. And even if there was prize money, when has it ever mattered the prize or the outcome of a tournament, really, if you think about it? When you've structured your series in such a way where death becomes meaningless, Like I said before, you have to reinvent ways for the audience to care about your characters. Maybe there are people that care about Goku and his team. I personally, around my circle, I don't see those people anymore. I don't see people that are genuinely fretting when Goku's in danger or Vegeta's in danger or anything like that. People just don't care anymore. And even though I said a normal tournament would have been more satisfying than this fake cop-out ending that we got, I don't think it would have made me care about the characters because the damage is done, but it would be a start. It would be a start on the path to making people care about Dragon Ball again. It's just baffling that the writers went in this direction. It seems like they're afraid to commit. They're afraid to commit to the consequences of their characters' actions. They present you with this what-if scenario, but then they bring it back to what it used to be, the status quo, so that nothing's really changed. We can still go on like nothing's happened. But if you do that, like I say, people will start to not care about your characters anymore. Dragon Ball Super ended this arc quite poorly, and for me, it's a damn shame that I can see all this juicy shit hidden underneath this mountain of mediocrity. But like I said, and like I've been saying, this is my opinion, in my opinion alone. If you enjoyed the last arc as well as Dragon Ball Super, then I can't take that away from you. I'm actually glad you had fun. I don't mind if people enjoy things. Go out and enjoy things. Like, there's this Netflix original fucking Big Mouth. I fucking hate Big Mouth, but most of my friends enjoy it. But I'm not gonna go to them and try to tweet out, your show sucks, your show sucks. No, it's a personal thing. Like, all of these things are personal, and I don't like to get worked up over people's opinions of things. I just want to share my thoughts and opinions, and if you hate my opinion and you want to berate me, like I really can't stop you. If you're an OG Dragon Ball fan and you die for Goku, I really can't stop you. But these are just my thoughts and opinions. I think the only thing that everyone can agree on, the people that watch the show, is that the animation for the final arc was really good in certain parts. Like, oh my goodness, it was crazy. Some of the fight scenes, some of the visual effects, they were just amazing. The choreography was so good. I can't take that away from Dragon Ball Super. It was one of the things that I enjoyed while watching this series reluctantly. It was a nostalgia in me that made me want to finish the show, so to speak. But I'm glad that the animation and choreography was able to hold up. Notable instances for me were going Ultra Instinct the first time, even though I hate the fact that Goku just keeps surpassing his level over and over. The choreography when it came to Ultra Instinct was amazing. Secondly, which is really cool, Kefla getting face fucked by Kamehame point blank.
Be gone, fuck!
That was crazy. Man grinded on the wave and it was so good. Also, the final fight, that was animated pretty well. And also Universe 2 getting eliminated because fuck Universe 2. But like I said, that's just my opinion. What did you think of the last arc and Dragon Ball Super as a whole? Even if you're not a Dragon Ball Super fan, what are your ideas on resurrecting characters and bringing them back into the story? Are you a fan of it? Do you think it can be executed well? Do you have any examples of that? I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So I'm gonna tag out and pass it on to you guys. Make sure you finesse that like button on your way out, hit that subscribe button if you're new, ring that bell to make sure you never miss an upload, and as always, never ever grow up, and I'll check you.